everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. I was just working away on the Steampunk Ocean journal that I'm getting started on, and I thought, why not turn on my camera if I'm already working? So what I'm working on is the cover today. So I just decided on the book and the kind of the focal image that I want to put on the cover, and it's this. It's kind of like a vintage mermaids image. It's drying right now, so I ripped around it, added it to some card, thick cardstock, like almost cardboard, like that lightweight cardboard, chipboard maybe, and I tore it, and then I've gold leafed all around the edge, so this just has to dry a bit. It's going to be the central focal point of a bit of a collage situation on the front of this book. So this book, where is it, that I'm using for this journal, it's actually from 1947. It was called The Big Bonanza. And I got this book from like a large estate auction. If you saw my video that was like, I bought an entire pallet of books, this was one of them. And it does have a bit of an ocean kind of image on the front, which is why initially I had decided on it. But then I just got this totally different idea. So we're actually going to be covering that up, unfortunately, but not a big deal. I'm going to be including in the book, I'm going to make some kind of a piece of ephemera from these two pieces. This is the original book plate of the book, and then this is kind of cool. It's like a note on the type used in this book, and it talks about Baskerville essentially, and how it's a facsimile reproduction of types cast from molds made for John Baskerville 1706 to 1775 from his designs. The punches for the revived linotype Baskerville were cut under the supervision of the English printer George W. Jones. John Baskerville's original face was one of the forerunners of the type style known as modern face to printers, a modern of the period AD 1800. The typographic scheme and the binding design are by W.A. Dwiggins. The book was set up in type, printed and bound by the Plimpton Press, Norwood, Massachusetts. So I thought that was kind of a cool little blurb about the typeface in the original book. I am going to be using kind of a blend of digitals from a few different people, as well as vintage pages and you know, a typical mishmash of my books is just a bunch of everything. So I'm kind of planning a bit of a collage situation on the front of this book. So I need this to dry, but I think I'll probably just end up picking it up before it's dry and getting gold leaf on my fingers. So as usual, don't look at my hands because they're not going to be beautiful by the end of all of this. We'll be okay. So I had this concept in mind, and I need to lay it out again, of I want to cover this image up because it's not going to serve the purpose of the book anymore. And this is some of my like eco-dyed bamboo cotton from a vintage napkin. It's actually bamboo silk, sorry. So it's got a really nice shimmer to it. I'm thinking I want to glue these down. I want some bit of this netting here. This I sort of had peeking out here. Then this will lie on top as so. Once that's all glued down, then this is from, these are really cool, and like people who watch my progress with the 52 tags handmade challenge, on my latest tag, the tag on a tag on a tag, I used a piece of this, and it's literally from the Dollar Tree. It was $1.50. It's a maple leaf placemat, and I bought a few of them because I want to use them for, well, I've used them already as resists for dyeing paper. So I bought like one too many, I guess, and I've just been cutting it up and using it because they're just really pretty. So I was thinking I wanted to put this here like that. Then I have another piece of it that would frame up at the top like that. And then I have all of these. This is backwards. I don't want the straight edge. I want the torn edge coming out. Just going to try to mock this up again. And I had this, I think, down here. this one kind of up here, and then I was going to lay this piece of cloth here to cover their hands. I have this piece of fire opal broken necklace, and I wanted to put that there, but maybe actually the top of it underneath the cloth, and then this on top of it. Then, because these mermaids are a little exposed, not that that bothers me, but it may bother some people, who knows. I would use some cogs here, also because I just want cogs, because this is a steampunk ocean journal. And I was going to pop another one on this side. I also have this one. So I could even pop those two together. Other way maybe, or not. It's kind of nice in the background like that. Or I could put this on top of this. Yeah, so that's kind of where my brain's going with this a little bit. Got this little bit of sequiny stuff. Could look nice, sort of a layer under here. I think I want to build it that way. Okay. Now the hard part is taking it all apart. Usually I take a photo, but I think I've got this in my brain, sort of. It'll be, whoops, relatively similar. And see, I'm already goobering up this. It's okay. This gold leafing. Ugh, it's okay. I can fix that. Let's just put it away before I make a disaster. So we'll cover it up here with this, maybe. I need a little bit of a thicker piece, maybe. And actually, I might use, instead of the text, I might use these. I kind of like those. I might even layer it. The front of this journal is going to get all chunky in no time, I can tell, which is okay. It's kind of by intention. I'm going to just stitch these together. Hold on one second. There we go. That's what I wanted. Now, just set that over there for a moment. Fabri-tac. Let's just tack down this stuff because, yeah, it needs to happen. I need to fill this Fabri-tac bottle. I swear, Fabri-tac is such a great glue, but like, just dealing with being able to get it out of the container is not my favorite thing in the world. These Sugar Bell bottles are good, but I feel like I understand why Pam over at the Paper Outpost always leaves hers in an upside down in a water bottle, because like then you don't gotta wait for the glue to hurry up and come down, because it can get a little bit annoying. So it's just kind of a quiet Sunday morning. It's definitely cold today. Fall has rushed in for sure. Probably going to go outside and do some kid photos in Halloween costumes. That might be fun. I usually do, like, because I'm a little extra and I have little kids and I just like love taking pictures of them. We usually go through about 2 to 5 costumes at Halloween time. It's just so fun to dress up kids. Like, who doesn't enjoy that, right? It's so fun. So that's more than likely what we're going to do. Although I'm going to see if my daughter, if today we can do the original Halloween costume idea, which was that my son was going to be a monkey and she was going to be an elephant. And I didn't plan this. These were totally her picking out costumes that she wanted to do. So I was like, okay, sure. And then she just told me that, no, Mom, this isn't going to work. It's not spooky. So I have now made her another costume that she wanted, that she specifically asked for, which is the bat costume that I've just made. So I hope that will be the end of it. Okay, 2 down. I need to move this chair a little bit. There we go. Okay. And we had a nice day yesterday. We went to do a little visiting with our bubble friends at their cottage, and we did a little bit of fixing of things that need to be fixed up, and had a lovely, beautiful lunch. My friend made a really nice chili, and it was nice for the day because it was a cool day. And we got to take the dogs outside and let them play around, and the kids ran around, and it was a busy, wild, fun day. And yeah. And then we came home. I'd stopped to get some food. I was definitely noticing a bit of labor shortage in the rural town that we went to. Oops, let me just turn off my alarm here. Sorry that I got disconnected for a minute there from my alarm going off, which is what happens sometimes. Anyhow, but yeah, I was noticing a bit of like a labor shortage in the sort of small industry, like not small industry, but like the restaurant kind of industry, because there were a couple of places like they didn't have enough. I'm guessing this is the reason, but they're like large chains, and they both had their dining rooms closed for kind of like drive-through pickup only, which is okay because that's all we really do. I don't feel safe at this point eating in restaurants at this stage of the game. No, thank you. Yeah, but we'll see how some of that begins to come back or not come back, like just in general. I've heard a lot of people talking about, you know, why can people not get workers? And, you know, the truth of the matter, it's complicated, and a lot of people have opinions, but I think, like everything, it's systemic. It's, you know, there's a lot of jobs available, yes, but they're all very entry-level kind of low-paying jobs. And more than ever with this, you know, pandemic, the cost of living has soared beyond what's sustainable for most people. Inflation has gone through the roof, and you know, a lot of people are paying around, you know, where I live, and also in a lot of rural cities and towns and, you know, smaller population areas have actually experienced a massive real estate boom because of people leaving the cities and stuff during the pandemic. So the prices have gone up so much, and that's really also affected the rental market, not just for people who are buying their homes, but for those who are trying to rent as well. And it's not sustainable to work a job at a lot of like fast food, restaurant, small business type places, because you can't pay your bills. You know, it's like I saw this thing, it was kind of a meme, I guess. It was like this joke about the Canadian economy where it was like, yes, we've created, you know, 350,000 jobs. That's great. I have 3 of them in order to pay my bills, you know, and it's the truth, unfortunately. Like, most people I know are paying over $1,500 if they're renting. And you just can't survive on, you know, a minimum wage type income. You need to be making almost $20 an hour really to sustain that kind of lifestyle. And it also varies widely where you live, because I don't know, the price of everything has just gone through the roof. So I'm really hoping it gets resolved like very soon, because I think a lot of people are on edge. I think that, you know, if we don't, unfortunately, where I live, I doubt that any legislating will be done, but I do believe that we need legislation to happen to put a cap on things, like cap the amount of rent that people can charge, cap, you know, the bill collectors being paid for a while, because people just can't do it. But I don't think any of that will happen, unfortunately, because capitalism. You know, but I know I'm getting a little into an issue here, but all I know is I'm worried about people and their life situations and their suffering, and I don't like that for anybody. It's not fair to anybody. Nobody asked for this to happen, and I think we're just kind of, a lot of us, I think, are getting frustrated, or you know, there's a lot of opinions out there from different politicians that are sort of misrepresenting things. There's a lot of confusion about why things are happening, and it's just the times we live in. I don't know. But, you know, misinformation and all of that, I've seen such a huge impact in the last, like, 5 years of that kind of stuff. And the hard thing is that at the bottom of all of that are real people. And, you know, we're hearing more and more about people who are, we're seeing people who are living in, like, trailers and tents, and they've lost their apartments, and it's not good. And where I live in Canada, they've actually just decided to, you know, just this week, they've made this decision, and they're pushing it down right away, this, like, the end of this week or something, to cut off the last remaining kind of benefits that were available, financial benefits for people who lost their employment because of the pandemic, or who were underemployed. You know, it's a very strange decision that's been made, I think, very quickly, and it's a lot of not taking everybody into account and assuming a lot of things that just simply aren't the case. I think we worry too much about people taking advantage or something, but it's just not the case. But a lot of people, unfortunately, I feel like they don't really care about an issue until it directly affects them. So they'll be happy to criticize other people about, like, getting assistance until they need assistance. And then it's like, whoa, you know, this is a real thing. This is a real problem. I really hope to see some change there. I would love to see some empathy and people being a little more hungry for the facts. That would really make me happy. But yeah, that's my, I guess, my Sunday blurb about the status of things. Not an expert, but definitely someone who likes to try to stay very informed about things and listen to people. There we go. I'm just trying to glue in all these little sections here so this whole entire thing sticks down well. I love collaging covers this way. It's so nice. It's like building a little narrative about your story that you're going to tell in this journal. I actually printed some nice digitals for this from a few different places. One is Louise Heinzel, another is Lens Art Studio, the Digital Collage Club. Just a few pages from each. I haven't used like a whole kit of anything. I'm also going to be using some Raiders of the Lost Art dolls in this book. And just a ton of like old pages from like Jacques Cousteau journals and things like that. I'm going to try not to make this too fat though. I'm trying to make some more slightly smaller journals so that they don't have to be so, you know, big, and also the price is a little lower and they're a little more accessible to everyone. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I printed on some of my dyed papers, and I'll show them to you once I get this collage done. They really turned out nice. Like, I love printing on dyed paper. Like, if, you know, you use coffee dye paper, avocado, whatever. I've been doing a lot of really nice dye experiments with, like, commercial dyes and stuff. And they are turning out beautifully. It's just a whole other effect of, like, layering that occurs with the color, and, oh, it's just beautiful. You'll see what I mean here in a moment. Let's get that on there, then the next thing I wanted to do was, this is going to be the tricky one, but I think it'll be fine. I've already been using this particular necklace on a couple other projects. It's just this broken fire opal necklace that I found at an estate sale. So I want it to dangle right there from their hands. And there's a little bit of excess glue, which I'm not too stressed about. I'm just going to try to pick it up a bit with this piece of paper. There we go. Just trying to push it in and around the edges of this. Because I actually I don't want to lose that glue. I want it to just form nicely around it, almost like a resin kind of case. Okay, and I was thinking I wanted to lay this piece of fabric over the top like that. So I think I'll do that as well. I'm really going to need to fill up this bottle of glue. Oh, waiting, impatiently waiting. On our way home last night, it was quite dark because we were out in the countryside, and within like a 1 minute little moment, first a raccoon ran out in front of us, but we always drive pretty cautiously anyways, but definitely in the dark in the country at like dusk, because that's when every little critter is out. And I don't want to ever hit anything. It's always been a big nightmare of mine to hit something. I never have hit anything, and I never want to. And yeah, so then 1 minute later, an opossum ran out. So I'm like, hey, can everybody just stop and go home now, please? Now I need to bend this a little in shape. This is a nice little metal finding, and it's nice and soft, so I can actually bend it into shape. So it's going to be able to lay flat. I'm going to be able to glue it down nicely. It won't kind of be rigid and, you know, coming up off of the page. So that's a bonus. And again, we wait for glue. I also had been watching Pink Oddbird's destash videos, but every time I was watching them, I was either in the studio or somewhere where my Wi-Fi is terrible, so it prevented me from claiming anything, which is a good thing because I don't need anything. But she had a lovely destash, and it was fun to watch. A very nice generous way of offering up all her stuff because she's moving. So she was doing this lovely like $5 claim all you can claim kind of thing, and it was really great if you're looking for stuff. On the other hand, I am not allowed to buy anything more right now because I don't know, I'm just feeling like I want to try to like just use it up. I have to remember that I will always find treasures at thrift stores. I don't need to like buy things that I don't need, like that I'm not actively planning a project for. I'm trying to keep that in mind. Only like pick up treasures, because I think like I'll always enjoy, you know, thrifting. I don't think I'll ever not want to go thrifting. I love going thrifting, but I don't want to like accumulate. My biggest, I think, accumulation right now is fabric. So I'm trying to balance my time between making projects that I've planned for this fabric, which are mostly personal projects, and also making like, you know, journals and things that I'm like working on that I want to make for my shop, and also spinning yarn because I've got to start like building up a stash of yarn because I will be doing probably some shows next year. And spinning yarn is a really fun hobby, but it's also extraordinarily time consuming to make a single yarn. Like it takes, you know, from a couple of hours to like a whole day or two. And thankfully my husband just resolved an issue that I've been having with my spinning wheel. I used to rep for a spinning wheel company that I really liked for a long time, but unfortunately I saw their QA process very much suffer in recent years, and so I no longer rep for them because I no longer have the same feelings I once had about their products. So disappointing for sure. But yeah, I hope they sort it out, because the potential is there, but the execution sadly is not. So I've had to do a lot of modifications to my spinning wheels to make them just be better engineered and work better, because for some time I was feeling like spinning became a very frustrating experience because of my tools. They just weren't doing what I needed them to do. And I have really like high demands of spinning wheels because of the kind of yarn that I spin, being, you know, spinning in everything from like silk roses to Barbie doll heads to whatever I manage to find. So my needs are a little more than other people for sure, but that is what the company tries to target, are spinners like me. So if you're going to do something, do it well, or don't do it. Okay, because it's a huge like financial investment. That's the thing. That's why I won't rep anymore for them, because I can't stand behind the product anymore. I don't want to be in a situation where I have someone who's unhappy with their product and then I can't help them because nobody can help me, and that's just how it is. So you really need to stand behind everything that you make and everything that you represent. Just make sure these are all good and dry. That's still drying. Yeah, but that's really well affixed. So this is what it's going to look like. Yay, I'm pretty happy about it. I'll leave that string on there. I like that. Okay. And I may put, I don't know if I will Mod Podge. I think I actually quite like it like this. I want it to stay as matte as it is. Then I may just put some Distress Oxide around the edges of the cover, because I like to do that to just add some color. I think I'll use the Broken China. It's a nice blue. And then I might add a little bit of like a rust or something to it as well. Come here. Sorry for that clinking. It's my my daubers, my ink daubers. I'll just give it a little bit of color depth. I'm going to go over this nice, there's a nice stamp on the back of the book from the publisher. Okay, this, and then I want to add a little bit of, right, is my rusty hinge. There it is, rusty hinge. And I'm just going to do daubing to just give it like a bit of a rust effect without having to add texture. I do have rust powder and stuff, but I don't want to add any more texture. Okay. Okay. Close away. All right, so that's the front, and I think it just needs a little bit more time to just solidify and dry. Let's take a final look here that I'm happy with it. I think I am. Yep, okay, we'll let that dry for a bit. And now I'll show you what I have printed for this book. Also, I've been fussy cutting fish out of a fish book. This one here, it was a thrift find. So the freshwater aquarium fish, it's like a really great book for fussy cutting. The entire book is just these beautiful fish. So I've been working away on that. Then let me show you what I've printed for the book. Okay. Some of these I think will be like a stationary tuck-in, and some of them will be pages in the book. But like this is printed on avocado dyed paper, and it's from Lens Art Studio, this digital image. Like I think this would be really good either, probably as a piece of stationery. It would also be nice as an end paper. This is a cut-off misprint. I got a paper jam, so that'll just go into my scraps for this book because I'll probably make a tag or something with this watery background. And then these pages are going to be pages in the book. So these are printed on dotted coffee dyed paper, and they are a steampunk paper. I'm trying to remember who made these. It might be Vintage by Me on Etsy. I can't remember. But these are going in the book. This one I need to trim. Actually, both of these I need to trim. Let me grab my cutter. So my printer was being a bit of a diva for some reason with the dyed paper, so I can't really complain because it is an extra sort of consideration for the printer. Oops. Let's do that one more time here. Just gonna make sure we're there we go. This one as well needs a trim, just on the side where the, okay, that's fine. Okay. So just fold this. This is on like a book page, actually. I printed this on. Keyboard Training in Harmony. 1923. This is on black walnut dyed paper. This is also black walnut dyed paper, and it is these seashells. Really pretty image. This is avocado dyed paper, and it's this watery water lily kind of print. And then this will probably be stationery, or potentially the end paper in the book. This is going in the book. It's on my greeny blue dyed paper. Put it over here. Maybe I'll use this today and make a couple tags with it or something, or pockets. Okay, I want to use like Rolodex cards or index cards for pockets in this journal for some reason. I'm just feeling it. And then this is going to, I think, also be a page in the book. Yeah. This one as well. And this one as well. This is on like paper that I dyed like sort of a gray blue. So like that's the dye color, and then that's the print on top. And this was orange dyed paper. So it turns out really cool when you print on dyed papers. And this is my original mock-up for what the cover was going to look like. I'll probably use this on a tag. It's very watercolory. It's hard to really make the image out probably on camera. Hopefully you can see it. But it's actually quite pretty, but it's a lighter tone. So it might be a piece of stationery too in the journal. We'll see. Okay. So I think I want to do 5 signatures in this journal. So maybe I will sort these into 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we have one extra. We don't have a steampunk one in here, so we'll do this. That will get me a start anyways on signatures. I think I'll put that on the inside like that. Okay, so those are the 5 signatures, and I just have to add a bunch of pages to them. I need to measure this book to see what my dimensions can be for my papers and my ephemera. So let's do that. Make a note here. So the inside is a 6, so we'll probably go about a 5.5 wide. And then I know I have a bit of leeway to that. Then here, I should start about there. So like 9 1/4. Okay. That's a good journal size. Let's see, that's coming along. It's drying. So, set it here, just so I have it in front of my face all the time. Okay, then, what do we want to do? I said I would do something with this piece of watercolor paper. Also, look at this great big leaf that I've dried. I'm going to do something fun with this, not in this journal, but in another journal. I just dried this in my microfleur yesterday. It's like a big sycamore maple leaf. It's so pretty. I'm trying to decide. I've been drying flowers like every day in my microfleur because, of course, like the season, it's coming to a close. We're not going to have flowers soon. So what do I want to do with this? Do I want to do tags, pockets, both? It would be really nice on a tag, I think, as a background. That would be maybe a nice pocket just to get that. Yeah, let's do that. Width. So we've got 5.5 to work with, but for a pocket, I probably want to go about 4.5. So we'll do right, maybe a little more than 4.5, like right there. I'm going to take this, little bit of this off. I like the way the colors kind of got interesting on there. It's really cool. And then I'll throw this actually in my scraps, because that can just be over there. And then I will strengthen this up with some paper. I'll probably be stitching around this, so I'm not too concerned about the gluing situation. Using these little scissors is so weird. I need to not use these. What am I doing? Like when you use those, you take like 5 strokes for every cut. They have tiny little blades. There we go. That's more reasonable. Okay. Then, where's my punch? Oh, right here. Right in front of my eyes. No wonder I couldn't see it. Okay. And then I will stitch around this. Do I want to put a fish on there at all? Do I have like a smaller... And that could be kind of cool because like he's like a goldfish type of fish, or cichlid, a koi fish, and so often they're in ponds, so I think I may add him there. That would be neat. I can use this glue. And I may stitch a little piece of black netting on there too. I'm feeling I should just cut some of this out, that I'm going to use a bit of it. Just for a little bit of interest here. There we go. Just like that maybe. I'll just pop a little bit of glue under it. Get off. There we go. Sorry for that ding 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 ding. It's one of these big paper clips that I have up here holding things. Okay. Just a little line of glue there. There we go. Okay. Alright, so that'll get stitched. I'll just set it aside. I won't bother stitching right now. Then this, I want to make a tag with that, I think. I'm not going to use this paper. Okay, just using up the last of these pages from this folk art book that I made my last journal from. Probably there. It's good. right. And I need to back this. Not with that. There's got to be a scrap down there somewhere. They're too little. Here's one. That'll work, yeah. Okay. And then I know what I'm going to do is I also have to get those. I picked some pages from this mermaid book, which are over here, I think, in my basket for this book. Let's just take a look here. Yes, here they are, right here. That, and I have a cut up. Oh, and I've got my Louise Heinzel pictures. Okay, some more papers here. And then I think I was cutting out one of these Raiders of the Lost Art paper doll pages. Let me see. Yeah, here it is. Let's get that out as well. All right, so I think I had decided I would make some of these book pages journal pages, and some of them would be ephemera, but I wanted to decide what to do based on the width of the book that I had chosen, because I hadn't chosen a book yet. So let's take a look at what this means here. Get these glues out of the way. Boop. Okay. So with a book this width, I would have this, and it would be kind of folded. So that being said, I think I will probably use a few of these as ephemera and a few of them as book pages. Because I could also do that and just make them small, but the image would have to stay together. So this could be a good little center. I want to keep this fish together as much as I can, even though I know I lose a little bit of them. But that could be really cute in the center of a signature. So I think I'll use that. And I really love this image and this image. So yeah. Let's grab our signatures and decide what we're going to use. So let's say that goes in here. Then this I think I'll use as ephemera. Put that over here. This ephemera, and I might even use that on this tag. We'll see. This doesn't say anything oceany about it. This does, but I think this I'll use for a scrap for another project. I don't think it really fits in that well. Where are the other pages? Here they are. This one obviously is amazing. It will be awesome for a page. Center page again. I mean, it doesn't actually have to be. They could be separated. We'll start it as a center page, and then if I, for some reason, don't want it to be, I can use it for something else in another spot in the journal. Where did I put the other signature? Oh, back here. Okay. That's cute, but I don't know that it really specifically matches this theme, so I'll pop that in my make something else with pile. This is amazing. The Land of the Merfolk. I can cover that up with something else, or I could use this for ephemera. Maybe it would be best as ephemera. I'm not going to be struggling for pages. I don't need to like be really super picky about this. So this would be good. That not so much, this not so much, but I don't want to waste these pages, so I think I'll set that aside for a different project because it would be better used elsewhere. And this one and this one as well. So that book, I didn't get as many pages in as I'd hoped, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. Yeah, okay. 2 pages for ephemera, a couple pages for the journal. Okay. Then I will set these aside over here now. I also have these, which I could cut now too. Why don't I do that? I've got one. This one doesn't need to be cut. I am going to have to do something with the back side of it later here, because I don't really want any white pages. But I will fill it up in the signatures because I don't know how many more pages that I need. 3. And then I have this vellum one as well, which is beautiful. The rest of these I think I'll need trims. Oh, nope, this one doesn't. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'll be pretty close to done with like the super busy pages in this journal. I might just throw a few just papers in after this. Yeah, the rest of these I need to trim, so maybe I will do that now actually. Sorry if I'm hopping all around. It's just the way things go here sometimes. I also am more than likely approaching an hour soon, so I should wrap up this video quite soon. I'm going to make some little charms for this journal as well, like little steampunk charms to hang off of some ribbons and ephemera in the book. But today is going to be all about time balancing for me. I've got to do a little homeschooling stuff to wrap up my curriculum week with my daughter. It's starting to just really feel in the swing of things now with homeschooling. I have simplified my life by getting now a second whiteboard, just to like put my lesson plans on, and it's going pretty well. Okay, almost. We got one more to go. This big monster out of here. To decide what I want to do with the back sides of these pages. All right, let's see what we have in terms of page count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this has 4 pages now, and we'll go in with a page 5. 1, whoops. Okay, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be page 5. 1, 2, 3. This will just be page 4. What's this? It's another signature. Okay. 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Sorry for the noise. My husband is vacuuming. 1, 2, and this is 3. So yeah, we got a bit more work to do to just balance out what we have for each book. Oh, this goes in here. So this actually has 4. Okay. But yeah, this little journal is coming right along, and I'm pretty happy so far. Cover, pages, we're getting there. Okay. So I would continue making ephemera, but we've already gotten to probably at least an hour, and I don't want my battery to die or for this video to take like 3 days to upload. So thank you so much for hanging out, and thank you if you're a new subscriber. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't yet subscribed, I'd love it if you did. And yeah, please come on back and see me in my next video where I continue either working on this or doing some other creative thing or showing you some kind of a haul, although hopefully not, because I'm putting myself on a little hiatus for shopping because I just have enough stuff. I don't need more stuff. I need to use stuff. I'm reminding myself of this. So again, we will talk soon. All of my social media information is down below in the description box. You can find the link to my shop. You can find my other channel. You can find all sorts of stuff down there. So have a great day, and we'll talk soon. Bye for now.